Hey guys, it's your bro, Mr. Luke Evan Brooks. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome again to this channel. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Once you hit the subscribe button, you will definitely be seeing me more often. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing for you, but it's always good for me, right? So anyway, I'm glad that you came. I want to go ahead and start the show, get right to the point. Becoming a risk taker. A lot of us here, they say, I don't want to take no risks. And I want to tell you more stories about me because I want you to get to know who I am. One thing that my mom told me was that I was always not afraid to do something risky, right? And at the end of the day, once I started to do these things, I started to see where I was progressing it. And it still goes forward to this day with businesses, right? Running a business, taking risks, being in the military, taking risks, all these things, taking risks, not being afraid to take risks. And I'm not telling people they need to sign up to join the military. I'm not telling them they got to start and run a business, but you have to start going forward today. You can't always live in a shell. That's one thing I always hated. And the reason for me why I always hated it is that I've seen a friend before that had dreams to play in basketball, wanted to play in the NBA, and he really could play. The thing was that he didn't think he was good enough, which to me was crazy. Now, there's one thing saying you're not good enough. Let me get back in and hit it another few hours at the gym, wherever it may be. Hey, I don't think I got this problem right. You're doing academics or whatnot. Keep going until you can feel comfortable in your own skin so you don't have that conversation inside your head saying, well, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm gonna make the cut. And what it was, one day we was in school and he wanted to talk to the basketball coach to see he can try out because I think they may would have had tryouts at the time. And doesn't mean that you're gonna get put on the team. I'm giving you a shot to try out. He knocks on the door. The coach is in a meeting with another coach, and he's looking at me, but he's looking at him too at the same time. So what? He just say like what? Because he's in a conversation, he's in a heated conversation, and he walked away. I said, dude, why did you walk away for? I don't know, man. I don't want him to say I suck. I said, where's this coming from? And let me tell you where that came from. Before we went to college, he was playing high school, and he was telling me that he was worried about messing up the plays. He just didn't feel comfortable because he's worried about this play. I got to do this. This play, I got to do that. You know what you got to do. You don't have to keep questioning yourself. Hey, did I do this right? Did I do that? Or whatnot. And I think the coach told him in the middle of practice because his coach was different. If you make one mistake, he just pulls you out. Oh, go sit down. You messed up. You messed up on that pass or this and that, which is crazy because it's not like your team was at the championship, right? It's not like, dang, we're the number one team in North Carolina. That is not the case. So I think in practice, the coach was asking, like, hey, you plan on going to college? And he said, yeah. He said, what college you going to go to? And he said, I'm going to A&T. He said, please do not tell them that you played for me if you're going to try to play basketball because you suck. And he meant it to get him hot, like to say, hey, I'm going to show you who suck. But he took it the wrong way. He took it as, well, maybe you're right. And you cannot let that narrative get inside your head. You got to be willing to take risks. And the reason why you need to take risk is that you can miss an opportunity. I hear people say you just got to wait for the right opportunity. You got to make the right opportunity. Opportunities are not just always going to be laying there. Here it is. Here it is. You got to make an opportunity. It's something that my football coach told me. You got to see that hole and go right up in it, right? You got to go up in that hole. That hole ain't going to be there forever. So you see it, go for it. You see a gap in it, go for it. You can't sit here and tell yourself that I gotta wait or I'm not good enough because that's coming from someone or something that's painting a narrative on you. And we have to remove those type of narratives that we are dealing with. I believe that when you take risks, yes, there's a chance that you're gonna have failure. Yeah, it's gonna happen. That had happened before in the Navy, right? The LCS program. I did it twice. I went in there nervous, not comfortable driving the ship, whatnot. Now I'm giving orders to the ship. Now I'm actually literally driving the ship, controlling the combinators or whatnot. Messed up on it, not once but twice. So I go back that second time, like I'm in like the NBA. Like you hear the 1990s NBA, Michael Jordan training, getting hard. I'm like, I'm hard. I'm hitting higher scores than academics. It comes to the ship driving. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. I'm talking like my friend, and it cost me not to get in the program, even though I really didn't want to be in the program. And that's how some people like, I don't want to be in there. I would never wanted to be in there. It's like, no, it's just, yeah, I know about the ships. I'm not going to even comment about that. That's another story. But anyway, it's just, I felt like if I wanted to get through, I had to be willing to take risks. I had to be willing to let go and stop worrying about what if this don't happen. Because I think a lot of people look at the weight of it. What if this fails? What if I don't get through? What if I don't make it? What if, and you think about that and it messes with your subconscious where you should say, hey, I'm taking this risk. This can work. I can get looked at better. I can have better opportunities. I can do all these things. I can do it, right? And if you let that go, if you let go of these risks, these worrying about risk, and you say, let me lean forward and do this, let me go in there without any worries, it helps out a lot. I had someone come up to me the other day, asking about, hey man, what about your job and this and that? I told them I'm not worried about my job. I let God worry about that. And a lot of people are like, what? I said, because if you worry, that's about risk. I might lose my job, this and that. Like, guys, you got to be ready to take on what comes your way. You can't sit here and worry about everything. There's too many people doing that now. That's why you have a lot of people working these 9 to 5 jobs that hate their 9 to 5 jobs. They will talk to you on the weekend, party on the weekend. I hate my job, this and that. But guess where they show up on Monday? Back at that job, back at the job that they hate, that they're trying to get a check from. And the job doesn't have any guarantees. No job has any guarantees. That's why I'm telling you, like, I'm leaning hard as an entrepreneur. A lot of people don't like it. And a lot of people will make excuses. Now you have people will say, I'm scared, it might fail, this might not happen. And you got people that just be like, I don't want to put that much time. It's just hard. It's a lot harder for me to go work at a job that I don't like than have my own thing that makes me want to wake up even earlier because it's my baby. It's just like you having a child. You're having that baby, you're gonna make sure that baby has everything it needs to see. It's the same way. It's too many of us putting excuses in front of us saying it's too risky. I remember when I started off the car business and I tell my mom about it. And this is another thing I would tell people too. Don't tell everyone your plan, even your loved ones. If they're they just can't stomach risk, they're not going to help you. They're going to start putting doubt in your head, and you got to get away from those people. You got to lean forward. You're going to do this. You got to go all the way. You got to jump through it. So anyway, told about the car business. I laid out the plan. I said, there's no way you can fail. It's covered with insurance. You got all these things in place. You can make money. And this is when I was with Avell, and she was like, no, something can happen. You're gonna lose your money. I can't help you. Like, I didn't ask you to help me. I'm just laying out what I was gonna do. And I had to turn off. I literally had to say, hey, I gotta cancel you out my mind about talking about this. Don't talk to about anything. When I talked to my sister, she was like, it was when my father was talking to me. He said, you go with what you think is best for you. Because you know what you want. You did a research and you go for it. And that's all I needed right there. That's all I needed is go forward. You can't be worrying about everything because you can't control everything. So, guys, I hope that this story helps you out. I hope that you go out there and take that risk and stop listening to the people who are trying to put that mindset in your mind because there's always risk. It's a risk that if you're working a job and that job lets you go, right? There's no guarantees that you can walk away and say there's no risk. It's no risk. It's no risk. It's always going to be some type of risk out there. The question is, what side of the risk that you willing to be on? Again, my name is Mr. Luke M. Brooks. If you like my message, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below. I see you next time. Don't forget about the book and the course, Car Share Genius. See you next time, guys. Take care.